My girls, Atlanta Dream, came up short, but they gave it their all. I mean, they made it to the playoffs, which were real big. I'm your girl, Jackie G, aka Sports Chick, and I'm about to get ready to get into it, y'all. I'm so excited that the WNBA playoffs are here. And Liberty, New York Liberty, is number one, and they play the number eight seed, which is the Dream. And don't y'all forget to subscribe, drop your comments, and let me know what y'all think about the overall. But the game was very exciting. I mean, it was a very exciting game. The way I look at it, New York has a lot of depth. They have a lot of talented players, very elite. You have Stewie, you have Sabrina Ionescu, and she scored 36 points, her career high. And Brianna Stewart, they're just so dynamic and they will get their points regardless. And then when it comes to the Dream, you had my girl Alicia Gray. Y'all, she's like a Tracy McGrady, a female Tracy McGrady. She had 26 points, and you have Ryan Howard, who also done a great job. She had 19 points, and not to take away from the other ladies, great job, including the coach Tanisha Wright. I believe next season they will be able to add more pieces together and try to propel further. When I heard they only had 3 games in the playoffs, I was like, dang, they really need more games. But I believe they're doing it just to speed it up. But yeah, but shout out to Dream, my own team, for doing their thing. And Tina, she's a beautiful leader on the team, and the rest of the ladies as well. Will continue to grow as players. And let's get back on New York Liberty. They really want it. I mean, you have so many talented players, and a lot of people, they looked at the Liberty as being a favor to win against the Dream. So they did outscore the Dream 91-82. And New York was rocking. Oh my gosh. They had Spike Lee in the building. They had Gabby Thomas in the building. She's a track star. Everybody know Gabby. And you had Pharrell in the building. I mean, they had a whole bunch of people. Everybody and their mama came out to show support. So Liberty will be facing Las Vegas Aces next. And Las Vegas, they beat Seattle Storm. The score was 76-83. And a lot of people already knew that Aces, were going to win that game, that series. But not to knock Seattle. They had Lloyd, they had Diggins. She done a great job. All of those ladies really ball very hard. The Aces, so talented. Uh, Champions, they won 2 championships. So they not new to this. They true to this, baby. And big congratulations for Asia Wilson. Unanimous, she's the MVP. So that's real epic. It makes her third MVP in history, baby. So this is really going to be a real good series. Um, Aces, to me, they just have too much firepower. Kelsey Plum had 29 points. Asia Wilson had 24. You have Chelsea Gray. You have you just have so many weapons. And let's get back on Chelsea Gray. She's coming off an injury. So through perseverance, she were able to bounce back and be a leader. She's the one who can really throw all of those unique passes. And she be just doing her thing, baby. And look at that play right there. She's a playmaker on the offensive side and defensive side. I mean, she really does make the team great, And then we can't forget about Jackie. Jackie Young is a top producer. She know how to hit pivotal shots when they really need it. And then you have, can't forget about Tiffany Hayes. So they do have like an all around dynamic team. So it's going to be a real good matchup, when it comes to them playing a New York Liberty. So I'm about to get ready to move over to the next series. You got Connecticut and Indiana Fever. They playing tonight. And then you have Phoenix Mercury will be playing tonight against Minnesota Lynx. So both of those games going to be very intricate because it's a do or die game. So they do have to win. You have Indiana Fever, they really do have to bounce back from the previous game, which was a blowout. They lost about 20, 30 points. I believe Caitlin Clark will have a good game. The earlier part, she was poking out by Dejanay Carrington. I don't believe it was intentional, but I hope the best, in all these situations. You do have a lot of people who see stuff when it happens and they just blow it all out, baby. But I believe Caitlin will come back. She's so resilient, and a lot of people really have to thank her a lot because she really opened up the WNBA when it comes to these ticket sales. Not to knock all of the other legends, who really work very diligently, but Caitlin, I believe she's going to about. But Connecticut, they're just one of those teams that have like a top notch defense. And it's gonna be a lot of physicality. You have Dejanay Carrington. Dejanay Carrington, she's very skillful, very fast. She know how to move the ball, work the ball. She know how to get play the defense and get people irritated. You have Lisa Thomas. She had 12 points. Dejanay had 14. Lisa Thomas, she had her fourth triple double. Congratulations to her. She's a beast. I'm like, she can play D. She can do all of it, y'all. She's multi-talented, most definitely. And then you have DeWanna Bonner. She's a very well-seasoned player. She can do it all too, baby. I'm talking about DeWanna Bonner really put it down. She really put it down on the last game against the Fever. It's going to be very hard to contain her. Very hard because she can shoot, pop, and lock those three-pointers so easily. And so they have DeWanna Bonner and they have Dejanay Carrington playing on and off on Caitlin Clark. So they know exactly how to stop her passing, because they get in her face. And, it makes it very hard for her to visually see. She has the ability to always deliver. She only had 11 points, but due to her eye situation, the black eye, she didn't produce as well. But I truly believe Indiana Fever, you have Boston, Aaliyah Boston. She's very strong, very powerful. She's going to have to, continue doing what she does, because she had a pretty good game. Kelsey, Kelsey Mitchell, another intricate, prolific player. And like I said, all of them play very well. They just going to have the other players going to have to contribute. You have Wheeler, you have Smith, you have Hugh. All of those players and the other ones are going to have to step it up tonight. Because if not, they're going to have to look for another way to try to win, So that game is going to be tonight at 7:30. I'm so ready for that. And then moving ahead, we do have another game. We have Phoenix Mercury playing afterwards against the Minnesota Lynx. And Minnesota's so talented. They had depth. They have a lot of shooters. And they really know how to work the ball, just like Connecticut and Vegas, And a lot of people favoring them to win all of it. So Phoenix and Minnesota, Phoenix is in the same boat as Fever. Minnesota, Wow. You had Collier. Collier is a top-notch producer. You had McBride. And these ladies can really ball. They can really shoot threes. They can really produce very fast. And Taurisi is a true legend. And a lot of rumors circulating that she's going to retire. And Taurasi really paved the way for a lot of players. You know, she's a legend, elite, and she will be missed. Points in the game. You also had Cunningham had 8, and you had Natasha Cloud. She had 33 points, and you had Kalia Cooper 16. So they do have some players on there who really ball as well. You also have Griner. You cannot forget about Griner. She's a very top-notch defensive player. But yeah, Phoenix, they really did. They came back in the other game on game 1. They came back because Minnesota were blowing them out by 23 points, and they came back. Even though they lost, you know, the score was 102 to 95, but they still managed to try to come back, you know, make an effort. So this game is going to be tonight after Indiana Fever. And then you have for Minnesota, like I said, Collier had a game-breaking game. She had 38 points. McBride had a beautiful game. I believe she had about 18 or 20. And then can't forget about Courtney. Courtney Williams, she's a prolific, real slick, moving point guard, and she can really contribute. And she comes in during pivotal moments when they really need her. So it's really going to be a real good game tonight, y'all. So I'm your girl, Jackie G, a.k.a. Sports Chick, and y'all have a beautiful one. Let's get it, WNBA.